I'm going. You are live. It says you are live. I'm hanging up. All right. Live, live, live. Oh shoot. Hold on. I gotta do a couple things. We'll let some people get in here. Family, what's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Wonderful. I know it took me some time to get over here and talk about this thing here. But let me make sure that this is private, public. Facebook be hating. Change. Like I'm doing a live and they want to put it on private. Why? We having trouble streaming to your destination. IG Live. Always. Remove. Oh well. I tried. What's up, Burgundy Jones? Peace, Divine Stewart. How y'all doing? I should be on Facebook. I should also be on YouTube. I cannot. IG is fugazi. But let me just let the IG people know, because I did promise them that I would let them know when I went live. All right. I'm taking questions tonight, y'all, too. So get your questions together. We're going to talk about a few things. What's up, Instagram? I promised you all that I would remind you that I was going live. I'm going live. All right. I'm live. No, I'm not going live. I'm live. What's up, Tom? I promise y'all I will come remind you that I'm going live. So I'm here to remind you, come over to YouTube or Facebook. YouTube or Facebook. Ikiespeaks. Or my Ikiesha Al-Shabazz page on Facebook. Y'all can find me. Y'all know where I'm at. Y'all know where I be. You know where I be. You can find me at the... What's up, Thomas? And my baby daddy. One of my baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy. That's just my baby daddy. Yeah, y'all know I ain't got no sense. All right, for the people that are just new to Ike, I'm going to introduce myself again because I think we got some new people. I need a new computer. Oh my goodness, I need a new computer so badly. That's on deck. All right. Hey, Roxanne, how are you? What's going on? Y'all come on over to YouTube or Facebook, either one. Pam, come to YouTube. Come on, Dennis is here. We waiting for you too. Come on, come over. Iris, come over. What's up, Iris? How are you? Come over. Come over. Come over. 8 o'clock, peace. Peace. All right, y'all. I'm over here. I'm waiting for y'all. Hey, beautiful. Back at you. All right, I gotta get off Instagram. I promised y'all I would remind y'all. So come on over. I'm gonna be here for about an hour, at least an hour, because we gotta talk about a couple of things. We gotta talk about Jonathan Majors. We gotta talk about DJ Envy. We gotta talk about Trump in the House of Cards that's falling and they all come tumbling down and around. Zoom, 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 zoom. Yeah, that's happening. So we gotta talk about that too. All right. Thank you, Mama. I appreciate you. That black don't crack, baby. All right, come over. Come on over. All right. I'll see y'all on the other side. Peace. Okay. I have to do that for Instagram because I'll be leaving out. Be leaving out my Instagram people. No, I don't have no links. Just come over. Y'all know where it's at. Stop playing. All right, let's get. We got another attorney coming. Pam. Let's go, Pam. Dennis, you did post the link again. Did I post? I dropped the link already. Let me drop the link again because gotta be some people. We waiting for Pam too. Waiting for Pam. Phil Jackson, what's up? About time, right? I know. Sometimes it is just a cacophony of voices, and I don't want to be another one of them. But then I keep hearing all the wrong shit, and I'm just like, okay, I have to now. I'm compelled to speak. So let me just, let me speak on it. So people are getting things wrong, and you know how much I hate that. You know how much I hate that. Okay. Oh, Shimon. Okay, I heard something in my head.
Oh, whoa,
I'm
whoa,
like, I
hold
heard
on.
something in my head.
Oh, okay, we here. We are here. Can you hear me?
I hear you, Dennis. Dennis Byron, everyone from Hip Hop Inquirer.
What's going on, Sister Ikiesha Al-Shabazz? I'm here on Instagram telling people to come over there. So listen, we are
There
on
you go.
Instagram now. Go
Okay.
find attorney Ikiesha Al-Shabazz on
Wonderful.
YouTube right now. Go there. So I'm about to end this.
IG stream look better. Beef King said IG stream look better. I'm sorry, but IG is limited. I can't do IG and also YouTube and Facebook, and that's the problem.
So I think I'm gonna keep my Instagram up. You know why? Because people can hear it. So this is gonna be like a podcast over
So
here.
here's the problem with mine is that the bottom of my phone I dropped in some dye, so the speaker doesn't work that well. So I don't think they would be able to hear me as well on Instagram. That's
We're
why
gonna
I'm
talk
not.
about how you dropped that in some dye too.
I did, right? Because I'm a woman of a certain age, and stop playing. Okay, them grays be like, hey. I'll be like, no, I'm not with it. I could try. Hold on, let me see if I could ninja rig up this phone. Because last time I was holding it in my hand. Which
Are
is
you
why
doing the ninja rigging?
I'm a ninja rig it. Because I don't have I have the case to my microphone.
All right, y'all in YouTube, Instagram land. Can you?
So here's what I'm gonna join your Insta live.
Can you do it?
What you mean? Can I do that? Why would I be able to do that? Okay. What happened?
Okay, I see. I see you on Instagram.
No. You see me?
I see you.
It's some feedback happening now.
Okay.
Oh, I'm. You got me bugging out. You're gonna have to mute it though, because I'm hearing you. You're gonna have to mute it. Yeah, that's why I'm hearing too many voices.
Wait a minute.
Try it. I don't know.
You over there and you're over here. Okay, this is not gonna work. So what we're gonna do? We got to give one of them up. Let's just give up the Instagram right now. We got to give up the Instagram.
Hold on, let's just see something. Wait, Pam's here. Pam, you got the link? Hold on, let me put the link in the chat again. No, I don't think this is gonna work.
That's you, because I'm muted.
It's too many noises. I don't even know what that is. I think my son is making music in the basement. I'm about to kick his ass. That loud pitched sound. Is that me? That's my house? It stopped. It sounded like an alarm.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you. I hear you. I do. I hear. I'm just hearing too much of you.
Okay. They say that's you, Ike.
It's me.
Okay, so let's try to
turn off Instagram. I'm going to turn off Instagram. Okay. You could leave yours on.
Okay, let's see how that works. It was good until you tried to do what I did. Get on out of here, Ike. Let me get you on out here on that Instagram.
I'm gonna see if I could.
I'm about to kick you off on Instagram.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
That's too much. It's too much for my sensory. That's too much. It's too much for my sensory. I'm sorry. Yeah, double audio, Beef King. I can't handle it. It's too much. You both gonna have to choose one platform. I agree, and we have chosen. All right, take your time, Pam. Pam, I'm cooking dinner. What you making over there?
Where's she at? Do you see Pam? I don't see Pam. Where Pam at?
I see Pam in the chat on the StreamYard chat. What are you looking at?
Okay, so
Or
I
you
don't
on
see
the
that.
YouTube chat? Because I can't see the YouTube chat.
I'm on StreamYard, but oh yeah, I see it now. Okay, I
Yeah.
see. I see. I
Click on
see.
the right side where it says comments. If you
Yeah,
don't
that's
see them
what I did.
popping up yet. But I think yeah, I can see like the YouTube sign symbol next to the person. I guess that's where they watching from. I'm assuming. Fuck if I know. All right.
Okay,
All right. Okay.
so for those who are
All right.
joining in, okay, you go ahead. You do your intro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, no problem. I'm just for those of you joining in or are not familiar with me, my name is Ikiesha Al-Shabazz. I'm an attorney in New York City. I have been practicing for over 20 years. This is my new microphone, so I'm gonna bump into it a couple times a day. I am also a college professor. I'm an author. I am a former prosecutor from New York City. I'm a former Manhattan district attorney, assistant district attorney. I am a criminal defense attorney. I also do some criminal work. I also am an adjunct professor. I'm a former law professor. I'm a chick from the hood that did good, basically, right? And
And
so I'm
check
here
from the
to
hood that
help
did
you
good.
out and navigate. Yeah, I'm a chick from the hood did good. What you know about that? What you know about that? Paris, hi Paris. I found you in polite. What wife took my money? Are there any recourses? Here we go. Come, Paris, we're not talking about polite right now. And if his wife took your money, she, I have put her on blast already. So we're not gonna talk about that. All right. Like recently, like that should not have happened recently. If you're talking about something that happened years ago, then you are in good company. Let's put it that way. Let's talk about Jonathan Majors first. I think we can get him out of the way quickest. He has court tomorrow. He has court tomorrow. I did a little peek on Web Crims. Web Crims is a public court website where you can go in and put in a defendant's name and you can look up specific details about their case. I did that today. I looked and saw that his case had been moved from a trial part back to what is like what's called an all-purpose part. And so it doesn't look like it's on for trial. Philly Phil is tapping in. I'm gonna let you in a second, Phil. That might be Pam. Oh, he left. Anyway, okay, you left. That's fine. You could come back. Come, Phil Jackson. Struggle streaming. Oh, you struggle streaming. Like, oh, don't start with us. What the hell was I saying?
So we talk about Jonathan
That might my
Majors,
New York.
and we were talking
Yeah.
about the is being moved from trial part to
Right. It was in a jury part. Now it's going back to an all-purpose part, which is part D as in David, which is the domestic violence part in Manhattan. Right. So I want to explain the tweet. Those some people that were asking me 1,000 questions talking about I hate black men and all of this because I said to a response to a tweet, I said I'm not buying it. So there was a tweet earlier that I think it was Philip Lewis. I think I follow him. I like his post. He tweeted that there had been reports, right, that the girlfriend, the ex girlfriend, the complaining witness in the assault case was going to be arrested, right? So my response was, I'm not buying it, right? And of course, I got a lot of slack on X for that. Like, oh, you hate, just say you hate black men. And I was like, damn, what? I'm like, first of all, I don't hate black men. In fact, I actually have produced a couple. Right. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. Right. I have criticized the way this case was handled from the beginning. If anybody had been following me, you have known. I compared how quickly they arrested Jonathan Majors with no investigation to how long it took them to arrest the Marine who killed a guy on the subway in front of 100 people and on
that's right.
video. Right?
That's right.
They didn't
Let's
waste
talk
any
about it
time. There was no investigation. So I criticized that from the jump. Let's draw
from
that
the jump.
distinction, see how those matters were handled from the jump. Come on. Right? So first, I have always criticized the way this was handled. The problem that I had, and I've said this before, that his defense attorney is really trying to drive a narrative here, which is not working to his benefit. Unfortunately, right? So now this incident happened in March. He was arrested in March. In June, he filed a complaint against the complainant. In June. So what this report that she's going to be arrested is based on a complaint he filed 3 months after he's claiming she attacked him. So what
Well,
happens now as a former
hold on a second. I want to say this. He had the right, after looking at how they were dealing with this case and how they rushed to judge on him, he had the right through his defense to inform the cops that no, he wasn't the abuser, he was the victim. So I commend his attorney for
right.
driving that point home.
It
I'll
took
be a
him
little
3 months
dramatic.
to realize he was a victim. It took him 3 months to realize that. Like, I mean, every day he woke up. Well, woke up. Every day he woke up and he was good. And then one day, 3 months after the fact, he was like, I feel so victimized. I must report this tragedy. I must get the fuck out of here. This was a strategy. It was and it was a calculated strategy, right? So that he could drive this narrative home. I'm not saying what she said was credible. I'm not saying what he said is credible. What I'm saying is that this shit is fugazi all around, and you can't believe what is being told from his camp. And all of this is coming from his camp. This business about her being arrested. Now, here's the problem: people don't seem to understand this. Police make arrest. Prosecutors charge. This is their witness for against him. Do you really think they're going to charge her and really undermine their own case? So even if the police decide that they want to make an arrest, the prosecution can do what's called a DP, which is deny or decline prosecution. And we right back where we started. Now, my
How
next
does that
comment that I said about, go ahead.
how does that
Question, go
look?
ahead.
If they, how does that look if they DP this other victim's complaint once it's presented by the police department?
It
I
looks
mean,
like it looks like they recognize that this happens all the time in domestic violence cases where someone files a complaint out of retribution because you filed a complaint against them. And the fact that it took you 3 months to do it only lends to the notion that this is a strategy more than anything else, right?
well, okay, well,
Because
okay,
if you get her arrested, then that undermines her credibility, right? And da 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 da. We get, yeah, there's a strategy. We get that. That's why it's his camp that is pushing it. But prosecutors, even the New York Times said, prosecutors were like, we're not gonna charge her. We're not there. And there was an article today that came out where prosecutors was like, that is what the defense narrative is pushing. But there's not.
well,
We're not about to be charging her.
okay. So you do you really think the defense is just pulling all this out of thin air? They're talking to someone in the prosecution's office, and someone is telling them that there's a likelihood that they're going to arrest this woman who's in another country. Now we saw the video. We saw like we saw the video.
I don't
The
get
girl,
it. I don't.
the girl says her fingers is broken and all. She was out partying right afterwards. You look at the surveillance
Right.
footage. She's
I
tying
saw
her
the
hair.
video. I saw all of that. I saw it all. That doesn't mean that he didn't do something to her, right? That doesn't negate her allegations in total. I'm not. What I'm saying is he should have his day in court like everybody else, right? And I don't want us to give any credence to rumors because I don't think there's any teeth there. And this is why I'm saying that it doesn't make sense for the Manhattan DA's office to charge their own witness, right? And undermine their own case.
It's the
Why
noble
would they
thing to
do
do.
that? They're going to No, it's not noble. They know it's a strategy. It's the oldest play in the book, right? So typically when it's a legitimate situation where both are filing, they both file at the same time, and it's a cross complaint. Everybody gets arrested. So why
Okay.
didn't why didn't he file something much sooner? The next day, 2 days, the next week, even. Why 3 months after the fact?
I mean,
Like that makes no sense.
is
Now,
it
so my go ahead. Mhm.
is it problematic if a victim wants to come forward months later, because it's done all the time. We see victims coming forward a year later, 2 years, 10 years, 30 years later.
They,
In the case of Bill Cosby, they
yeah,
come
typically
later.
they're not defendants coming forward because they've been charged with a crime, right? Typically, they are what we call a bona fide, right? A bona fide purchaser, a bona fide victim, right? So to speak, right? I'll use that term loosely, right? But it's usually not a defendant. And so when things like that happen, we look at those things as self-serving,
Okay.
right? It's self-serving, right? And so I don't think that the prosecutors are going to fall for that and charge her. I just don't. Now, the last thing I said about Jonathan Major's case was that someone said, "What does that mean?" And just typing on Twitter, just too much, right? So, under our law, you have the right to a speedy trial under the federal constitution and under the New York State Constitution and under New York statutory law, right? So that's 3 times over. 3 times. I was one, two, three. 3 times over that you are protected under our law your right to a speedy trial. So under New York statutory law, it says that if you're charged with a misdemeanor, that you have a right to have your case go to trial within 90 days, right? 90 days, 90 days, right? That is, somebody gonna say, well, Ike, he was arrested in March. It's been more than 90 days. You are so observant. It is not 90 calendar days, okay? It is not 90 calendar days. It is 90 days for which the people are charged for not being ready for trial, okay? And there are all types of exclusions, right? That eat up this time. That is not does not contribute to your 90-day count, right? So at the very least, we know that the case was on for hearing and trial last time, and I think the people were not ready,
They
right? The
weren't ready.
people were not
Right.
ready, and the case was adjourned, and that maybe was a month ago, September something. So maybe there's at least 30 days or so that I can identify, because I don't know prior to that how much of that other time is what we call chargeable, right? Can be tacked on to the 90 days that the people have. Now, what I did see was that tomorrow it's back on an all-purpose part, and it looks like it's on for motion. So maybe the defense thinks that the 90 days has expired. And if it has, they are ripe to file a motion to dismiss based on speedy trial violation. So that
And,
may be happening.
and fair disclosure, I've spoken with Jonathan Major's attorney.
Ah, good. What'd she say?
You,
Did she
you, you
file a
nailed
motion
it.
to dismiss?
You
Did
nailed
I?
it. Right.
Oh, I'm brilliant. No, did she really? You just saying
Yeah.
that?
No. I've communicated with her already.
Yes,
Actually,
Dennis.
yeah. Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. You're not saying much. I don't want to have to pull
Well,
it
I
out.
can't say too. Well, I can't say too much
Majors is my
because
last name. Alfred.
listen. I can't say too
All
much,
right. Alfred.
but it is on motion to have the case dismissed, and
Okay.
hopefully you'll be in the courtroom tomorrow since you're in New York.
Yeah. So the problem with that is that I got this tea time. See right here. I'll be golfing. You understand? Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I'm
tomorrow
gonna be golfing.
Wednesday. It's tomorrow Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm golfing Thursday too. So yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
put a one in the chat if
So
you want her to
and I'd
pull up.
much rather be golfing.
Put a one in the chat if you want Ike to show up
Yeah,
tomorrow. Come on, we're gonna hit that cash out. Hit that cash
right.
out.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hey, Pam is in the building.
Oh
Pam is in
no!
the building. Big Pam. Pam, introduce yourself to the people.
Don't come with those sound effects, Dennis. I knew it was coming with stupid sound effects.
He can't help himself. He's like 5 years old. Pam, tell the people about yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pam Esquire, also known as Your Law Intellect. I am an attorney in Detroit for over 10 years, 15-ish, somewhere around there. I'm not, as seasoned as
old as me. That's okay.
But I'm not in my embryonic stage either,
Okay.
I'm in the middle.
Thing.
But yeah, I primarily practice defense work right now. I do federal, civil, 1983 cases, which are wrongful conviction cases. Is what that's what my main thing is right now. So I like to play around in federal court more than state court now. And I help people get out of prison that were wrongfully convicted. And then I filed 1983 cases for being wrongfully convicted. So that's what I primarily do now. But I've done a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Awesome. That's excellent. So you'll be a great contribution when we talk about this federal case with Judge DJ Envy. All right. Are we were told you want to add anything on Jonathan Majors? I said that his best bet is a dismissal on a speedy trial.
Yeah,
I don't know that they'll ever be
ready.
I
don't really know all
trial,
of this,
right? Because
I guess the only thing I would say, like, I don't necessarily, I didn't hear the whole commentary, so I may repeat something. But it seems like these attorneys just litigate in the media too much for me. Like, either you litigate in the media or you litigate in the courts, but doing both is very, very dangerous. And I get it. It's a PR move because it's a they're a celebrity, so they think it's a PR move. But sometimes it's detrimental to your client. Just litigate in the court and do what you have to do in the court. I hate that. That really bothers me.
Right.
And I see that DJ Envy, I guess his attorney is kind of somewhat doing that now too as well.
Right. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. He's great. He's great. Granting an exclusive interview. He's making Megan the extension of his PR team.
What you think about that? Because I was like, what?
I think it's sad. I think it's sad because it becomes more about the attorney than it is about the client or the client's case, right? And unfortunately, Envy needs someone who's going to be focused and dialed in and quiet, right? Because this is not time to get in front of the camera. This is not time to make statements. This is not time to have comments. This is not that time. This is not time. It's not that time and whatnot. And that's it. And leave it at that. I don't like it. I don't like it. The same thing with Jonathan Majors' attorney. Listen, I think he would take direction. I think he would take direction. I think he would take instruction, right? If he was given the proper instruction, and he's just not. He's not been given the proper instruction on how he should be. Let me see if I could.
But how does when DJ Envy was on the Breakfast Club and he talked about, he didn't have anything to do with it, he didn't steal money, blah blah blah. That's how I knew the feds had talked to him. I said he must have got a visit over there at that coffee house where they meet you in the middle of the night. But
come downstairs.
That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. But
you got some footage, don't you? Yes.
But how does he say, like, Charlemagne said my attorney told me not to talk. So
but
how we?
But I'm gonna say some things anyway.
Right.
But you said all the wrong things. That's the problem. Like, you're not saying anything of value. You saying I didn't know is nobody's believing that. Doesn't pass the smirk test.
Doesn't pass the smell test.
Right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, the smirk test, the smell test, no test. It doesn't pass. Right. And so I wanted to, it just doesn't. So I wanted to one of the things I wanted to break down is I need people to understand this concept of knowingly in federal law, right? people think that it's just that you were aware, right? And that's it. Most people, this actual awareness, right? That's great. But there's another concept in federal law. It's called willful blindness. Willful blindness. Another way, willful avoidance. It's called willful blindness. And basically, willful blindness says that you can't know. You can't act like you don't know when some shit is fucking obvious. And the
Yeah.
law says that a jury can infer knowledge if they find that you willfully avoided knowing the fuck shit. Let's. I got a little bit of that. Let's look a little. First, you want to look at what you
Well,
laughing at? Wait, Dennis is like, I never heard that term before. I don't
no,
like
no,
when you do new shit.
no, no,
I
no,
don't
no,
like it. Why you
no.
ain't tell me about this? So I can,
I
what?
actually want to delve a little into that. He said, according to reports, that
All right,
he was scammed out of 500K. When was he scammed out of 500K?
right,
And why was he still parading this individual around? And they were partners. It wasn't like he was actually speaking more
right.
than opinion. So I can't believe that
Yes,
he didn't know anything. And then all these people losing money. I'm sure they would have reached out to him before they reached out to Pena and say, "Listen, I got involved because of your name, because you're in the Breakfast Club." And I don't know if anyone
right.
but saw
This
that
is
post
this.
out.
That's exactly. That's my point. That's exactly my point.
He knew he got
What?
he knew that he knew he got
Yeah, I
scammed
saw that.
500K. I think when he seen that Pena was about to go down, then all of a sudden he was like, "Well, I got duped too. I'm a victim."
No, no,
But if you look at the
no.
if you
That's
look
some
at the
bullshit.
criminal
That's
complaint,
bullshit.
if you look at the criminal
That's
complaint though, they
bullshit.
don't have him as a victim on there. And I was pointing that out. They have him as individual
So
one.
let's talk about that.
Oh, wait a
Let's talk
minute. Not
about that.
individual
Let's talk.
one.
Let me. Yes, let's go to the complaint. Well, I have it. Do I have it? Let me go to the. It's not this one. God damn it. Hold on. Not this one. This is it. Uh-huh. Down. Y'all can see it?
Yep.
So this is the complaint. Now I'm gonna tell y'all why they did a complaint first, because the complaint is faster, right? An indictment takes time. You got to present the evidence, especially an indictment like this. It's a paper case. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of pages. That shit takes months sometimes, right? But they need to cauterize the bleeding. They need to get this dude off the street and let people know he's a whole ass criminal. So they had to do this by complaint. That's my opinion. That's why I think they did it this way. It was like, listen, because people were still calling up and seeing if they could invest, right? Because
Right.
everybody thinks that they're going to have
Unbelievable.
a different experience than everybody else,
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
right? So I think that's why they brought it this way. And I think this is only a tip of the iceberg. This is what they were able to just put together quickly, but there's a extensive indictment coming, and I predict DJ Envy will be a co-defendant.
You think so?
And I'm going to show you why. Here's what I'm going to show you. I do think so. They need leverage. One, leverage. Two, he doesn't have plausible deniability. Every video he did was my partner, come to our seminar. You vouched for,
He
right?
did.
And so this from 2017, you cannot tell me that no person came to you and said, yo, I gave this dude money and it ain't going right, it ain't going well. That's bullshit. So you had to know. You had to know. The question is, when did you know? When did you
Right.
know? When was
When
the
did
first
you know?
time somebody came to you and said, yo, this shit is fugazi? Because we know you said that when you called Joe Budden, he was like, nope, that's a Ponzi scheme and you're going to jail. Click. Oh, that was fortuitous. That was a harbinger. Okay, that was what we got prescient.
You're going to
prescient.
jail.
Okay, right? So you knew, you were aware that this could possibly be a little fugazi. You were aware. You don't get to look away. And I'm going to show you what the instructions say when it comes to wire fraud and why a jury could legitimately find him guilty very easily. Very easily. This shit is, first of all, it's feds, right? The feds say you did it, and the jury's going to be like, yes, you did.
Look at our
But
conviction rate.
yeah,
Right.
okay. So let's just go through this real quick. This yes, it's like 90 something 90 something. So the last wire fraud trial I had was Southern District, like 2018, 2019, right? I want to say maybe it was, yeah, but it was right before the pandemic, right? Before the pandemic. And it was he had 6 wire fraud counts. We beat 3 of them, but we lost 3 of them. So like, that's still a loss.
That's
But the fact that
that's fair, like
the fact that we
that's
was able to,
like,
right. Hey, it still hurt. Even though, I think it hurt them too a little bit, but it hurt me more, right? And so that, talking about that, and then the loss amount and how much time gets added on based on how much the government can prove is the loss amount, right? So that's a whole separate thing. That's a whole, you could get an additional 5, 10, 15, 20 years based on your loss amount, right? So you need a mitigation specialist for that. That's separate, right? Then we're talking about how much a defense is going to cost you. Come on, man. All right, so this is Cesar Humberto Pina. He is charged under, this is wire fraud 18 USC 1343. All right, section 1343. You will take note that with mail fraud and wire fraud are very similar. Often they are charged together. I won't be surprised if when the indictment comes down, there are also some mail fraud, because I can't imagine that during the course of these transactions, you weren't mailing shit. Right? You had to be mailing stuff through the U.S. Postal Service and to other states, which affected interstate commerce. And yes, yeah, that's mail fraud, right? Yep. Okay. Can I make this bigger? God damn, these things are tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me
I just zoomed in on it so I can see it pretty good.
Did you?
Yeah.
You can see it, but so read it. You can see it pretty good.
So let me read.
Break it down.
So, yeah. Okay. Here we go. We'll take it from the top. From in or around 2017 through in or around May 2023 in Passaic. It's Passaic, Pam, by the way. You said Passawa or something earlier. Okay, hold on. It's moving. Don't move it. Don't move it.
I'm like, what page you on? I don't see what you want. Oh, well, you're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're right. My bad. Go. My bad.
Okay. So Passaic and Bergen counties in the District of New Jersey and elsewhere, the defendant, Cesar Humberto Pina, aka Flipping New Jersey, knowingly and intentionally devised and intended to devise a scheme and artifice to defraud and to obtain money and property by means of materially false and fraudulent pretenses, representation, and promises, and for the purpose of executing and attempting to execute such scheme and the artifice to defraud, did knowingly transmit and cause to be transmitted by means of wire communications in the interstate and foreign commerce, certain writings, signs, signals, pictures, and sounds, to wit, a wire transmission sent on or about September 13th. And this is in violation of Title 18, United States Code, Section 1343.
Now, they could charge him with a count for each wire transaction.
Yep.
So they've got in this complaint, there are different these attachments. Each of these specific issues, by the way, they should be separate counts, but each of these what they call property 1 through property 4, each of these are going to be separate counts. Each transaction could be, this could be hundreds of counts in the indictment. Hundreds of counts. So the first property, can we do the sum? Can we summarize? The
Well,
first property basically is the property that was in the overview, the scheme, which is what he did with all four of the properties that they identified. These are all properties in New Jersey, which
mhm.
basically he purchased, and you told victims that he was going to fix it up. He took their investments while not disclosing to them that he already owned the property, and had already had other investors invested into the same property. That's a
Mm,
good. Is that a good
mhm.
version? Summary.
So
All right.
summary.
So that's
I
yeah,
have a
summary.
question.
Go ahead.
Did anyone look at the business records and seeing whether or not Envy's on this uh flipping New Jersey company? Is he listed anywhere? Is he on any paperwork?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't look it up. I didn't look it up. But even if he's not, it doesn't matter that
Mhm.
he is a legal partner,
Mm-hmm.
right? That doesn't matter. That doesn't shield you from criminal liability because your name not on the paperwork. Oftentimes, people who are engaged in criminal liability don't want their names
What
on the
did they want
paperwork.
paperwork?
Because
Right.
I
So,
was about to say that Warehouse
right.
LLC is in his wife's name because she's already filed bankruptcy, and then there's
Oh my God.
another company in his wife's name, and she filed bankruptcy. So yeah, that means absolutely nothing.
I'm
That
not
that
saying it is the
warehouse
mastermind.
LLC property is in DJ Envy's wife. That
No,
company is
no,
in his
not
wife.
DJ
Oh,
Envy
oh,
wife. It's in
She's a
oh,
Phineas
it's in
wife.
Senior
senior
Pension's name.
wife.
Okay, Penny's name. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm sure she is filing bankruptcy. Good luck with that. All right. So that was one property. So this document goes through about four different properties. They don't identify anyone by name. They identify the properties as property one through property four, and they identify DJ Envy as individual one. Right,
Mm-hmm.
individual one.
Now let's talk about the individual one.
You know who else was like individual one? Wasn't that
Donald
like
Trump.
Trump in
Oh,
in, in the
Donald Trump.
Cohen indictment or some
oh,
shit? Come on.
what about
I remember something like that. I remember something like that. I just do. I just do. All right. So this is so that's that. I don't want to spend too much time on the complaint because there's other people who are going through the plan. I think
Individual one
Pam
close.
spent some time on the complaint.
I was
Go
saying
ahead. What?
individual one can be converted into defendant two.
you mean
So this is what I want to just.
co-conspirator or
This is what
unindicted?
I
That
want to
would have
go
been a
over.
name of an unindicted co-conspirator if they actually went in front of
Right.
the grand jury.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think whether if the way they could do this is if he's not named in the indictment, then he's already signed up, took a plea, and all of that. They're not going to let him cooperate without taking a plea.
Okay.
Why would they? Why would they?
There's no
Why
no
would they?
value if they got right.
So
If they got him right.
let's look at what the court says about wire fraud. Right. So this is the elements of wire fraud. So if someone goes to trial for wire fraud, you hear sometimes the court lawyers talk about the judge is going to give a jury instructions, right? You're like, what the fuck does that mean? That means that you can't just go in with your own understanding of what terms mean, right? Sometimes terms have special meaning in the law. And so the judge might tell you that the word sell means to give, right? In New York law, narcotics law, the term sell includes the definition to give. So if you out and you got a little cocaine and you want to share it, that's a sale, motherfucker. Yes. Yeah, I'm helping somebody right now. That's a sale, right? You don't have to. No, I didn't pay for it. No, 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 no. Did you hear me say there needed to be an exchange of U.S. currency? No, I didn't say that. I did not say that. I said sale includes to give. It also includes to offer, right? That's a fucking sale under the law. So if you were on a jury, right, and the facts were the police observed two people in a car and one person gave the other person cocaine, and the judge would say, this is the definition of sale. Sale means to give. And you got to go back and you got to apply the facts that somebody gave cocaine to somebody else in the car. And you got to take that definition, you got to apply it to those facts. And you got to say, okay, does these facts satisfy the definition? Sale means to give. Did he give? He gave. Oh, guilty.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works. Right? Y'all with me? Y'all with me?
Yes,
Okay.
Professor, we're with you.
All right now. All right now. Okay. So you can't come in. I say all of that. Oh, I'm going to circle back. To words have specific and special meaning. And I specifically want to talk about the word knowingly, because DJ Envy keeps saying, I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. And I want to refute that. I want to refute that. And I think he needs to have a conversation with his lawyer because they need to understand what willful blindness means. All right. So wire fraud, elements of wire fraud. Count, let's say it was count number 1. So this is the instructions that a judge would have, and these things that are in bracket is what the judge would substitute with the factual issues from the case, right? All right. So count 1 of the indictment charges the defendant, let's say Cesar Pena, with wire fraud in violation of federal law. In order to find the defendant guilty of this offense, you must find that the government proves each of the following 3 elements beyond a reasonable doubt. First, that Cesar Pena knowingly devised a scheme to defraud and or obtain money or property, right? We don't have to talk about honest services because this is not an honest services case, by materially fake or fraudulent pretenses, representations, and or promises, right? So now go back to all of those videos where you have DJ Envy talking about, if you do this, this is what you'll get. In return, come do this. These are representations. Right? And then you're telling people you're going to get 20%, 30%, 40% yield on your return. That is a false representation. Right? So this is what this is about. Right? This is what this is about.
Out of his mouth. Right.
Now, he's going to say he didn't know. First of all, you don't have to know you're breaking the law to break the law. Right? Right? Ignorance of the law is not a defense.
No excuse.
There. Ignorance of the law is not a defense. Never has, never will be. Right? So you don't. You're not required to know the elements of wire fraud in order for the prosecution to find you guilty of wire fraud, right? So that's not. Don't need to know what your motive was. This is not a motive crime, right? Don't need to know if you had a motive, whatever. None of that. Second element, that Senior Pena acted with the intent to defraud, and third, that in advancing, furthering, or carrying out the scheme, he sent. Transmitted any writing signal and around by means of a wire, radio, television, communication, and state commerce, blah, blah, blah. So you send a fax, you got to wire some money, things of that nature. Okay. Some jurisdictions, some circuits even count emails. Yeah. Some circuits are counting emails as wire fraud too. That will satisfy it. Yeah, that's right. You heard me. Okay. Now, so we know what the elements of wire fraud are. We got these 3 elements, right? So the prosecution has to prove that he know, and his defense is about he didn't know. So let's look at what the fuck is knowingly, because I told you that these things have special meaning in our law. I was making that shit up. Let me see if I could get it up. Oh, I got it. Let me see. Maybe I can't. Let me see if this is it. Let me see. Did I did not. Oh, hold on. I gotta pull it up. It's not here. I thought I had all my slides together. Oh my god. Damn. I was trying to be on point today, y'all. Damn.
Let's play the video of the envelopes being.
Yes, do that. Do that.
Well, you have to play on your end.
Wow.
Can you do that?
No, you have to play.
Do I have to play it?
Yeah, because
I can't play it.
Where is it at?
I can't play it. It's on Twitter. The one you commented on, Pam, that one.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me see if I can share the screen.
Listen, when I tried to share a video last time, it didn't go well.
What did you show?
I think I may be able to. Let me see if I can pull Twitter up on. Dennis, you could share it on your screen. I think she just has to approve it once you share it.
Well, I have to grab it.
No, you can add. Just go on your Twitter. Can you on your Twitter from your laptop?
I can. Hold on. Let's open another window. Hold on.
Yeah, you can. You should be able to share at the bottom, and I think she just has to approve it for it to come up.
Let me close some of this stuff up. I got so much stuff open. I want
Yeah,
to see.
you're doing too much.
I got some things up here. Huh? Some files.
Yeah, that's me too.
Close. Let me close all
Same
that up.
here.
Let's
Let me
close
close some things here.
I got. I got to have a clean
Let me
screen.
see if this is it.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna close the wrong thing up. Okay. Thanks, Pam, for
No, it's
volunteering
not
my screen. Thank you, Pam. Close that.
My Twitter
it.
password.
Listen,
Okay, here we go. I'm bringing it
if
up.
it's me, I'm having
I just don't know my password. I just click it on my phone. That's the problem. Or I would have
Okay.
done.
Okay, let me just go Twitter. Okay. All right. Let me.
to cooperate
So
with me today.
I gotta find the video on your page, Pam. Let's see here.
It's not on my page. It's on
Mhm.
Ike's. She retweeted it, I think.
Okay, so let me go like this page.
It's on my page. Yeah.
Okay. Let me go to your page now.
7.
Okay, I'm on your page. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, I see it. I got it right here. So let me minimize that, and then I can bring it up. Okay. Okay, let me bring this up.
Minimize. Minimize.
Minimize. Hold on. Let me just bring this up. Okay, so how do I? Okay, I want to share.
All right, you do that while I go pick
Hit
the
the
file.
present, hit share. It probably should be in like your list of
What present?
if
Let's
you
see.
use Chrome.
Oh, yeah, I'm on Chrome. Hold on. I just want to bring it up. Let's see here. Let's see. I don't have a share button. Let's see. Share screen. Okay, here. Okay.
There we go.
You see that?
Go on and do it.
Ike's gonna have to
Not
confirm
yet.
it or we're not gonna see it. Can you see it on your end, Ike? Look at the bottom of the screen.
Where should I see it?
At
I
the
do.
bottom. It should be
No.
like a box or something at the bottom.
Mm-mm.
Okay,
No,
so
no, I don't see it yet, Dennis.
okay, so share screen.
Hold
I'm
on, let me
saying
see.
share screen.
Nope.
I said share screen. Show screen. Okay. It's actually my Vanguard art. I don't know what the heck that's all about. I don't want to show Vanguard art. Okay, let's go. Let's see share screen. Do
I
you see
wonder
that?
if
Yeah. Do you see it now?
no.
I don't see it. Oh wait, yes.
You see,
Okay.
I see something.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
okay, let me go here. Okay, let me go find you. Okay. You see my
Watch
Oh,
what you
look
put on the screen, Dennis. Watch what you put on the screen.
at.
okay, here we go. Here we go. You see that?
Oh,
Yep.
that's my
Today,
page.
Pro Style
Okay.
came.
There we
This
go.
is your first time picking up rent,
Yes.
right?
First time picking up these joints, so we don't want to see the names of the checks, but yeah.
Ooh, first time picking up rent, and that's what it's all about. When I tell you about creating generational wealth, that's what it is. I picked up. This is some of my rent. He owes me some more. His rent is picked up,
Just getting started, baby.
and that's what it's about. Pro Style jumped into the game. How many houses you bought?
3. About to hopefully close on the 4th one, right?
This guy's trying to get more houses than me. He's gonna start speaking at the
We're
seminar.
gonna be at like 12, 16 units real soon. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's what it's about, teaching and learning how to do it. And that's what we about, man. So I want to see you guys at the next seminar, February 23rd in Las Vegas. If you're on the West Coast, I want to see you there. It's at the Golden Nugget.
Okay. So I don't know if anyone picked this up, but do you know that that person is DJ AV's talking to?
Pro Style?
You're right. You know who DJ Pro Style is, right?
Yeah, another DJ.
A very famous DJ. No, when I say famous DJ, just Google him. He's a very famous DJ. So
Yeah, okay. Like a Funk Flex, Pro Style, like yeah, that's okay.
So I guess my question is, if Pro Styles is, I guess, collecting rent checks, how much of this does he know about what's going on?
The fact that he keeps saying we come to our seminar, and I have so many questions about this video alone, right? You're picking up rent checks because that look like cash in them envelopes. Those envelopes look kind of thick to be rent checks, right? So you
Right.
Does that
why
mean
you
they're
picking it
all
up from
in
him?
it together? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does that mean they're all in it together on this property, or
Right,
does
and why are you picking it? Right, who's collecting? Is Caesar the property manager? So he's collecting
right?
all the rent, and then he gives it out because that's the Ponzi scheme. Like, look, I'm collecting
This
your
is
rent when
this is what I'm talking about. I
really
saw this
just
video. I said,
giving
wait,
you back money I took from some other motherfucker.
why is Pro Styles in the office, and why no one's talking about Pro Styles, and how did he get involved in all this? Is he someone that may be part of this whole Ponzi scheme?
I don't know why. I don't know. It says he's collecting rent checks too.
Right, he's
He's
collecting
collecting on what properties? On what properties?
What properties he's collecting these checks on?
What rentals? What what properties? Oh, right. And so you can't. And this is what I'm gonna pull up. Willful. Give me a stop. Sorry, I stopped fixing it. I gotta make it a PDF. But the willful blindness. That's what that speaks to, right? So let me give you an example. Let's say your cousin is a drug dealer, right? Everybody got a cousin who's a drug dealer, right? All right. So, and you went down to visit. I'm saying, I'm gonna use myself. Let's say I go down.
Not anymore.
Down to visit, right? I got some cousins down south. I know that they sling it now, but this is, let's just say, for purposes of my hypothetical, I tell my students, don't fight the hypothetical, right? So I go down south, and my cousin is like, "Yo, cuz, can you drive this car back up to New York for me?" And I'm like, "God, you're not about to give me. Nah, just drive it up. I'll pay you $10,000." And I'm like, I don't ask no questions. I don't ask about what might be in the trunk or what might be in the glove compartment. I take the $10,000, I get in the car, start driving, I get pulled over. There's a couple of keys in the trunk. Am I going to be able to say, "Oh, I didn't know that was in there"? No, you are not. That is willful blindness. You do not get to avoid the obvious, right? Nobody's paying you 10 stacks to drive a car from one place to another unless there is some risk involved, right? And you do not get to play deaf and dumb and blind, right? And go, "Oh, I didn't know it wasn't me." And that's what envy is doing. That's what he's trying to do.
Someone made a good point in the
comments. Hold on, give me a second. I gotta go make this document a PDF. Apparently, go ahead.
Okay, so the little gaming,
go ahead.
The little gaming.
Hey, Mikey.
The little gaming channel says he noticed, and I noticed this as well. DJ Envy is always the one speaking the loudest, and Pina is sitting in the background. And I saw a video that was dated probably about 11 months ago where Pina was talking to some kind of blogger, and he was trying to explain how he started in the real estate game. And if you watch his body language, whenever the interviewer is asking some very pointed questions, he never answers it, and he looks away, and you just it's very telling. But when Envy's speaking to this audience, he's very impressive.
Go find it.
See, the only thing Caesar says is, "I'm flipping NJ."
That's it. But DJ Envy's bringing all the sauce.
Yeah.
Right.
He's bringing all the sauce.
Right. That's all.
You know what it reminds me of? Crazy Eddie. Crazy Eddie was a retailer in New York. And I think you might remember Ike. Crazy Eddie had an electronics store in New York, and his pitches were so crazy. You can Google it because he was one of the most famous pitch guys. DJ Envy comes across as like the Crazy Eddie of this time, so people need to do their research. But look at the Crazy Eddie video. That's just how DJ is pitching.
Right.
These prices are driving me insane.
Right.
But
he called.
So he's
on that.
And the level of enthusiasm in his videos is what people got hooked on.
Oh God.
Did you hear that?
Right. Because nobody gave a damn about him.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
be honest. Let's be honest. If Pena came to me and said he wanted to sell me a house, I'm looking at him. First of all, let me do a little due diligence first and foremost. Let's do some references here. And then the other problem is a lot of these victims got caught because they wanted to get something for nothing. They wanted to get return on a foot, and within a year they wanted to get a return of 40.
True.
40.
I would agree with that.
I mean, like, you didn't really think you can do that, especially
I would
in
agree
the
with
market.
that.
No, they were really
that's
thinking
always
that
the
in
case,
5
There's
months.
always some greed somewhere.
They were thinking in 5 months. It just, when I read the criminal complaint, it sounded unrealistic. Some people were saying it can happen. Who guarantees anything on any day, especially 30%? You don't control the market. You don't control any of that to make those type of guarantees.
Right.
And to say you're going to get all your money back plus 30% in 5 months.
Well, I'm gonna use that guarantee to get another loan if it's guaranteed. If I know I'm gonna get 40, if it's so guaranteed.
He got 20 people on the, but the thing is, some of these properties ended up in foreclosure. Some of these properties weren't worth what you guys were paying. Like, what did you look at? That's what was bothering me. It's like you just listened to Envy. You believe everything about him, that he's so integral.
Some of the properties
that I'm not looking at anything.
Some of the properties he sold and did not give the investors anything. So this is knowingly, right? So let's talk about mens rea, right? I got to go back to we got to go back to law school. We got to go back to school. Let's get back in class.
Guilty mind. Mens rea.
Back in class.
Right.
Mens rea, right? Mens rea. No, there's not guilty mind. Anything, any crime that requires a specific mental state, that's mens rea. It's a mental state. It could be that is knowingly, it could be reckless, it could be negligent. This is your mental state at the time, right? And so some laws require you to have a particular type of mindset at the time, right? This is the mens rea. Sometimes it's an intent. Sometimes it's a specific type of intent as opposed to a general type of intent. And we're not going to get into all of that because that's not relevant for our purposes right now. So, knowing, when the word knowing or the phrase the defendant knew is used in these instructions, it means that the defendant realized what she was doing and was aware of the nature of her conduct and did not act through ignorance, mistake, or accident. The government may prove that the defendant acted knowingly by proving beyond a reasonable doubt that this defendant deliberately closed her eyes to what would otherwise have been obvious to him. No one can avoid responsibility for a crime by deliberately ignoring what is obvious. A finding beyond a reasonable doubt of an intent of a defendant to avoid knowledge or enlightenment would permit the jury to find knowledge. That means they could find that he knowingly participated in this, right?
And
if they find that he attempted to avoid knowing.
And it sounds like, based on some reports, that Envy warned someone not to invest.
People, right? So hold on, then we're gonna get that next. Stated another way, if a person's knowledge of a particular fact may be shown from a deliberate or intentional ignorance, or deliberate or intentional blindness to the existence of that fact. Now, I saw the video. I think it was Tony the Closer. He did a video where he said that there was another person who wanted to invest some like $2 million, and that DJ Envy discouraged that person, told that person, don't do it. Now, I'm repeating what I heard. I'm not saying that this is an actual fact because I don't need nobody suing me. Okay.
Right. Allegedly.
Allegedly, it is allegedly. And if this is true, if it's true, then you were aware. You were aware that there was something fraudulent going on. And it's not enough, right, that you say you weren't a part of it or that you withdrew participation at some point, right? Because some people think, renunciation is a thing, right? Renunciation in the law.
I renounce my involvement with you. Right.
I walk
away. You have to do it, and you got to do it. You can't just walk away. right? You can't walk away. You got to renounce. You got to renounce. You have to walk away shouting that shit like, yo, I'm not going to be a part of this no more. I'm letting y'all know. Just the way you walked into it and you introduced this dude to the community. The same way you did that is the same way you should have backed out if you was backing out. You needed to warn all of the people that you lined up to be got by this dude. You had a responsibility at that point to the community because you brought him to the community. I feel like I said this about Sonetta when it comes to Brother Polite. Same fucking thing, right? DJ Envy had a responsibility. And you can't tell me that from 2017, you did not hear from some people saying, hey, I sent this dude some money and he ordered DoorDash. You lying. You're lying. You're lying.
Well, we know the feds have the text messages. They have all the emails of all the people that were contacting DJ Envy, telling them they got.
They
go all the way back to
all the records, the phone records and everything, text messages.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. And you know that's what they're doing. It's a paper case.
And it
right?
takes time.
All the DM messages on Instagram, all of the voicemail messages left on the Hot 97 Breakfast Club voicemail box, all of that shit. Because you know when they get taken, they get desperate. I'm sure that these people reached out to everyone and by every means that they could. So it's going to be very hard.
Calling the bosses at the radio station.
It's going to be very hard for you to say you did not know.
I just don't believe he cared. He just didn't care because it wasn't happening to him at the time.
I think it went a little beyond not caring. I think that he had some type of enrichment being involved with Pena. I mean, just
obviously because it wasn't happening to him. He said on one of those videos with Tony the Closer that he's made money in 30 days with houses with him. He said he only had one outstanding investment, and that was the school. That was the $500,000. Yep. He said it's an investment. He didn't steal my money. That's what happens when you invest in property. You may take some of it's going to bring money, some of it's not. So he said he's made a lot of money, and he said that's one that he hasn't seen money in. Then when he got, all of this stuff blew up and the criminal charges came down, he said, oh, he stole from me. Not the $500,000 you made yourself a victim. Right. But on the video with Tony the Closer, you said it was an investment. And so you didn't feel like you got
and then you didn't lose anything. Right, exactly. I saw that one too. You talking out both sides of your mouth.
And see these videos.
That's a problem.
See these videos.
They're gonna be the death to him.
They're gonna be the death. Those videos.
There was one where he was on. You guys go see this one. I think he was on with Nori, and he was going through. Nori's like, so how does it work? And he's like, you don't use your own money. You get a hard money lender, and you buy, and it's a piece of property. Let's say it's worth $500,000, and you get a hard money lender. You buy it for $200,000. You get an extra $100,000 to fix it up, and then you give the hard loan, give back his $300,000, and you keep $200,000. Like that's not what the fuck that they have been talking about. That's not what you've been talking about. That's not exactly.
A lot of those properties, they were going into foreclosure. Why are they going to foreclosure when I'm giving you my money to buy the property? Why is there a mortgage on it when I'm giving you the $200,000 out my bank account to pay for it? And you got 10 other people on the same property. It should not have ever been a mortgage on that property.
Right.
So here's the other thing, right? So let's talk about this. Most states have a method where you could go into an online database and do a property search. In New York, it's called ACRIS, 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 right? All you need is an address. They will convert your address to a block in a lot, and you can put that in, and you can get the deed information. You can find out who owns that home, you can get the whole history of the home ownership. And they have that in just about every state. Right. So do your own due diligence. If you are interested in a piece of property, go research its history on your own. If investors had done that, they would have seen that he already owned them fucking houses that they were investing in. right? This is how, I know that's, I saw some videos. Well, some of these people did do their due diligence. Get the fuck out of here. All you need is a title abstract. I'm not giving you a goddamn dime until I get a title abstract on this property. A title abstract is going to tell me everything about this piece of property, who owned it and what it was sold for before, because you ain't going to sell it to me for $400,000 when you bought this shit for $120,000. Get the fucking abstract, right? So you can see what the history of the property is. Then you see he bought it 2 years before you trying to give him $200,000. Really? You had this property for 2 years already? Nah, we not doing.
So this is why I said that
you have to be a little bit more proactive. These things are available, but again, information is power.
This is why I said these investors thought they were going to get rich schemes, and and that's usually how you catch people. That's how you catch them. And he caught them. It was just most people would have like, wait a minute. True investors would have looked into the property. They would have had their attorney look into the property, their business manager. They're not just shelling over this kind of money without doing some type of work on it. Like, because something's missing here. Because these are some large amounts of money for them not to be that smart.
Huge.
I mean,
I don't know. I can't call it
off here because I set up a live for like 9:15. So. Thank you for having me on.
Thank you for joining us, Pam.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you.
Later.
All right, y'all. Support the law intellect.
Shut up, Dennis.
So how'd you get the big window? I got the little window. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I get the little window.
Look, I was trying to adjust it, but then I didn't want to be like the big face and then be like, y'all be the small faces. And so that's
right.
Why
she got me in the little corner. See how the ladies stick together, ladies.
I was little too. I was little with you. Cut it out. Cut it out. All right. Did we miss any comments before we move on? Or can we move on? Because that's really, there's so much more I could say about why. We could talk about the rest of the jury charge, but the most important part is what I wanted you guys to see about willful blindness. All right, willful blindness, because this is something that we all need to pay attention to. You can't just turn a deaf ear, a blind eye. You could be criminally liable for what you know, right? And so him knowing that and continuing in the vein of recruiting and lending credence to him, I think that's enough. And once they do the paper trail, they'll see how much of that money actually went to him. I'm assuming that those envelopes had some cash. I'm just assuming that because that's what he said.
As he said, so we have to believe him. I would say this: if his attorneys wants to sit down and do interviews, have your client right there and let's ask the questions. But don't just sit there and just try and feed the public with just hogwash. Let's ask the questions. When did you know that this guy that you were doing business with was sketchy? Don't just let the attorney get in front of you and just start just throwing stuff out there. Because we see
his best bet is not to say nothing.
Say nothing.
I don't want to see him. Don't say anything. Don't do an interview. Don't say anything, please. Don't say anything. I need you to shut the fuck up.
What we do know, and we
that's.
If we can shift a little bit to what happened today with this plea deal that came out with the last attorney.
Yes.
Pretty interesting.
Was it Jenna Ellis?
Jenna Ellis, the last attorney took a plea.
Jenna Ellis?
Jenna Ellis.
Yes.
Jenna Ellis.
Okay. So we're moving on. We're moving on to our last subject. Our last subject. I don't know what. It's time.
Our last subject.
I don't know what's going on. Subject.
It's the new mic. It's the new mic. It's the new mic.
Mikey, you want to join us? I had the clip down, the link down there.
So
y'all like and subscribe to the video. I see Mikey's trying to get y'all to like the video. Y'all never say stuff like that because I forget. I forget to tell y'all like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Maybe if y'all like and subscribe, I'll do more videos. Maybe I'll do more videos. Nah. All right. Let's talk about Trump. Okay. So everybody knows that Fonnie Willis down in Atlanta in Dennis Byron territory has a multi-count indictment with multiple defendants. What is it? 19 defendants, Dennis?
19 defendants. I call it the RICO 19.
I think I got a delay.
Hashtag RICO 19. So it started at 19 defendants. They now down to 15 defendants.
All right.
3 attorneys have taken pleas and 1 the bondsman.
Okay. So who pled guilty?
Jenna Ellis.
All right. So
in Cheeseboro.
Before her
Sydney
was
Powell, and Scott Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Hall was the first
Scott
one.
Hall.
Sydney Powell was the
first
second
one up.
Cheeseburger was the Kenneth Cheeseboro was the third one, and today Jenna Ellis, and her plea was very interesting because she spoke in front of the court today. I don't know if you were able to see that, but she basically told the judge,
I didn't.
Yeah, it was interesting. You know, she said, Yana, basically, she relied on more experienced attorneys to give her factual information. Had she knew what she knows now, she would have never represented Donald Trump. And she started crying, and she said, "I'm a Christian," but basically, she said, that she relied on Rudy Giuliani and other seasoned attorneys because Rudy brought her in. So I don't know how this is going to work now because.
So I'm going to reiterate what I said earlier because it applies to lawyers too. Ignorance of the law is not a defense. Okay. Mm-hmm. So the whole, I was relying on another person's expertise, that does not get you out from underneath criminal liability. Nope. No, not unless you are under duress, right? You're not, that's not what you're saying, right? You're not saying, Rudy Giuliani was groping me at the time. Right? Oh, he's such a despicable man. Right? She's not saying she was under duress or anything like that. She's just saying she was misinformed. Right? That's just unfortunate. It's not a defense. It's not a defense because you have a responsibility to do your own research, to do your own due diligence, especially as an attorney.
Absolutely.
You have a responsibility. And so that is just ridiculous. Now, she raised some $200,000 on the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Right?
What about that? Yeah.
What about that? That's what I want to talk about because
she only had the 5K restitution and she had to pay attorneys. I would say she's probably in about 50,000 max. Because this is the first,
attorneys.
It's probably 50,000 and the fees. So she still got 150,000. What's she doing with that money? Did she have to give it back?
That's craziness. She should have to give it back,
Mikey, what's up?
Is this where I drop off my "I told you so's"? Is this where I drop them off? I was looking in. I know y'all made me use the service entrance because I'm black. You had to put me in the back with the help. You made me back there with the dumpsters and the rats. They dig this time of year as they trying to fatten up for winter. And you knew that, and you put me back there. But it's fine.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm challenged.
I told you.
Challenged.
I brought Ike on. Hi, everybody. I brought Ike on to my show, the Ben Podcast, the Ben Podcast Network. Speaking from the Center is the name of the show, to be specific. And she said, this indictment's doing it for you. In her Ike voice. Oh, you think these people, look at all this mess. Look at all these people. I knew they would flip, Ike. I knew they would flip. Ain't nobody going down for Trump. He can't even talk no more.
I'm surprised. I thought they was gonna stand strong.
You ain't got no money.
I'm disappointed. I really am.
They folded so quick. They folded like a cheap suit.
Cheap suit, like a folding chair, they didn't put up any defense, no protest whatsoever.
No protest.
Wow.
As soon as his bookkeeper
which
said,
makes me,
here you go. I was like, oh, they all gonna leave because the bookkeeper be like, I can cover this up. We'd be all right. No, there was sir, did you want to double-sided? I'll be right back. They was giving up everything. So
yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know, I'm on the pool for the coverage of the for the pleads coming in and the trial. So
Yes.
there will be
The press pool
my,
to be specific.
the press pool. I'm on the press pool, so I will be covering shooting from inside the courtroom. But I think that there'll probably be before Thanksgiving another 5 pleas. I think people are rushing to get their plea now. You got 3 attorneys that took pleas. Only a fool would sit around and wait till New Year's because the pleas are not going to be. It's going to be some jail time.
It's only so many different plots and schemes that they need snitches on.
Maybe there's a strategy.
Oh, sorry, there's a delay.
But wait, let me say this: is there the potential for a strategy? Yeah, there is a delay. I think that's me. I need to know everything.
You need to plug your laptop in.
Is there potential for a strategy where the lawyers? I'm on a desktop.
Oh, so we got problems. All right, we'll talk.
Look, we only got a couple minutes left. It was fine, and until Mikey got here, it was fine.
Actually, it was
fine.
It was struggling earlier.
Hey, we don't need facts getting in the way of her argument. Thank you very much.
She ran Pam off.
Anyway, look,
poor Pam Esquire. I appreciate you,
Let
Queen.
me just say this.
Ike mean.
Shut up. I'm gonna beat you up. All right. Do you think it's possible that there's a strategy that the lawyers will take a plea, right? The lawyers take a plea, and the other defendants, their defense is that they were relying on the lawyers.
Yeah, that could be a weak strategy.
And that a layperson would say, "Hey."
They should have said that already.
Again, Mikey?
They should have said that already. That's I don't think that's going to work with the jury because now that the
trial strategy.
I'm just saying now that because the jury is going to know that the other people have already caught pleas. Like that can't be helped.
Yes.
So they're going to know that you're
that's
only
the strategy.
Right, but if you were actually under his instructions, you would have said you were under his instructions before he said that I did something wrong. Because you knew too. Well, you know what I mean? So it's like you were trying to wait for the other person to see if they at this point they would be trying to test the water with their escape hatch. Like they're throwing that out there like, oh, well, I was just following his orders. Well, if that was the case, then you should have came off rip saying I was just following orders and I had no idea that I did something wrong, which is what they already did. So since they played the card already, it's only so many cards you can have before you knew already. That is what they
said. That's what they said, but that's not defensible. Is what they're right. But what they're saying, they said that, right? They've said, well, I'm doing my job or I'm following instruction. That's all been their defense, right? And so what I think I see being set up, which is why maybe Jenna made this statement in the courtroom, is if a lawyer could be misled by lawyers, then certainly, these non-lawyers could be misled. And as a layperson in the jury, of course, these are lay people. All these other non-lawyers, wouldn't they do well to take instruction from an attorney? And a layperson would think that what it is supposed to do. The lawyer said it was okay.
That's a good strategy.
Maybe I don't know if that's what they're trying to do.
It's a good strategy for
is it? I don't know. I'm throwing it out there, right?
I'm saying for a plea deal, to negotiate a plea deal.
Possibly.
It would be a great trial strategy. It would be a great trial strategy if everybody wasn't lawyers. But 90% of y'all are lawyers. So y'all know what to scheme. If there was one lawyer telling everybody else who wasn't a lawyer what to do, you got a team of lawyers doing dirt. Nah, brother. Nah, if there was just one and he was
that cuts the
Giuliani,
other way. No, but look, that cuts the other way. You got a team of lawyers telling you. I got a team of lawyers telling me this is the right thing to do. Isn't that even more compelling than if it was just one lawyer telling me? I got a team of experienced lawyers. I've been a lawyer for 2 years. This guy's been a lawyer for 10, and Rudy Giuliani is the fucking New York lawyer of life. Or, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't I listen to that guy and this guy and this guy? And they work in the White House. Why wouldn't I listen to that guy?
And just like you said with them, and just like you said with them houses, Google is a thing. Google is a thing. You could have definitely looked up. I know the bar has some comments on the people you've taken advice from. You definitely could have did some due diligence since you're so busy. You're so good at listening. You should be good at reading.
That's right. But
you should read up on the people you listen to.
I think that's going to be Trump's defense. I think that's going to be
the standard is different for lay people than it is for attorneys. Is it? I think so. I think
how many lay people are we talking about?
One MAGA juror.
Oh, you're talking about the jury. Okay.
I don't think this is going to. I don't think it's going to go
to. 19 defendants.
Well,
oh no,
15 now, but I don't think it's going to trial.
Trump is going to trial. You know, unless they dismiss, he's not taking a deal.
Yeah, he's not taking a deal.
Trump, you see Bonnie dismissing because I don't see Trump taking a deal. And I don't see her offering him a misdemeanor. I don't see that happening.
What about Mark Meadows? And what about John Eastman?
I think he'll go to trial with Trump. I think they're gonna go to trial together.
He ain't got no money for trial.
I really do. Because I don't see trial. I don't see Trump not going to trial.
I don't see a trial happening.
These lawyers are clout chasers. So many of them. That timing is another thing.
Can I throw a curveball in there?
Sure.
Trump comes out as a sovereign citizen, represents himself.
Can't stand you.
That would be pay-per-view though, right?
Oh,
when he challenges subject matter jurisdiction with his little baby hands. Oh my God.
Oh God. That's right. I see those fringes on the flag. You a maritime judge. You are Article 3. You are whatever they say.
Some of the best people have brought me Black's Dictionary. I love the Blacks.
Oh goodness. How are people trusting anyone with flipping their name? I don't know. The Black. Love the Black. All right. Anything else we got to cover? I think we covered a lot, and we've been on an hour and a half.
Yeah,
I forgot. You never read my question in the chat. How is Envy different than Steph Curry with the RTX or FTX and all that shit? Because he essentially was bamboozled like everybody else into promoting. I don't know
anything about Steph Curry and RTX.
So RTX turned out to be a Ponzi scheme, but they had a whole bunch of celebrities endorsing this like crypto Ponzi scheme.
You got to look more into that. I don't know anything about that. I got to look into that.
Oh, I need to know.
That just shows me y'all don't watch basketball no more.
Here's the thing: it's about whether or not he knew that it was a Ponzi scheme and he continued to promote it, right? Because now you are a part of it. You are promoting what you know is fraudulent and misrepresentation and things of that nature. So that's. I don't think that there is a allegation that Steph Curry was aware that he was promoting a Ponzi scheme, right? Or there's an allegation that that he used some type of willful blindness, right, to ignore the fact that he was promoting a Ponzi scheme. Because I think that's the difference here. I think DJ Envy is trying to attempt to use this willful blindness, right, as a defense, and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you, Ike, for bringing me on. Yeah. I appreciate you. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at Mr. Dennis Byron. And we're going to keep
follow the man.
We're going to keep it locked. Follow Twitter. And shout out to
thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me, Mikey, even though it's late in the
I'm dad now.
You shout now.
I'm dad now, so I gotta
intellect.
Oh yeah, we hear the
I hear the baby. You're on baby duty.
She need to go to sleep is what she needs to do.
Yeah,
she's tired.
By the way,
right. Good luck with that.
Ike, we have I'm a DM you
What?
this something I want you to share. I'm gonna send it to you when we get off this.
Okay. All right.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
All right, I'll look up the FTX issue and see what's what.
This lag is so funny.
I'm sorry, I know I'm delayed, so every time I start talking, this is terrible. It's terrible. All right. Go ahead. I'll sign off. All right. Thank y'all for joining me. I hope y'all learned something tonight. Share the video, like, subscribe. It's your girl Ike here. I hope I'm your favorite lawyer. If I'm not, I don't really give a fuck about that, because I love you. I really do. Peace.
Peace.
Y'all saying your buys? Say your buys. Y'all saying your buys?